Maverick 100.9, Aggie Land's Country Alternative. It's Corliss. I am super excited to be joined by Charly Reynolds. Hi, Charly.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I'm stoked to have you because we have a lot of getting to know each other going on. So you are an independent artist from Nashville. That is not something that we hear very often.
Yes, I know. I'm from Orlando originally, moved to Nashville 4 years ago, and this is actually my first time in Texas. So I'm so excited to be here. I've always wanted to come to Texas. And
I get to be your first interview in Texas.
It's amazing.
Yes.
I love it.
We're super excited about this. So I really want to get to know you much, much more. But we also got to talk about why you're here in the first place. You've released a brand new single called Rodeo.
Yes.
Which I'm obsessed with. It is super fun, super girl power. Love that. And tell me a little bit about where this record came from.
Yeah, so with Rodeo, like you said, it's just kind of girl power, anthem. And when we were writing, one of my biggest influences is Shania Twain, and because obviously she has all the anthem hits, and love Miranda Lambert and Carrie Underwood, and we just kind of were writing in that vein when we were writing Rodeo, and it turned out to be a fun kind of summer anthem. And I was just so excited about it. I knew when we wrote it that it would be the next single. So I'm so glad that it turned out that way because that's what I had planned since we wrote it because it's honestly one of my favorites.
Well, it's a weird back and forth feeling when you're the one not only writing your own music, but as an independent artist, you're also investing a lot in this music. So, of course, every single one of them is your baby.
It is. They are.
You have to be your biggest fan before anybody. So how do you choose which one you like more? How did you know that Rodeo was apparently going to rise above all these others?
Yeah, honestly, it's really hard because it's like you said, my children. They're like my babies. And then I have to pick a favorite, which is so hard. And I have lots of favorites, but with this one, I kind of sent it around to different friends and different people that I know. And we just saw the opinions and what's the word I'm looking for? We just saw what people had to say.
Kind of took it all in as a collective.
Yes. And just kind of did a little poll of it and to see, sent them the 3 singles, see which with the summertime would be best. And Rodeo just seemed to hit it off. So with everyone, and I was glad because obviously I love it, like I said. So, and it has more of a country, it's a little country pop. And I think for summer that is just perfect.
That's the vibe we're all on.
Yes.
We're ready to be high energy.
Yes.
And
perfect
out in the
boat
sunshine and out at rodeos and doing what we love. And summer is the only time you get that.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Well, I love it. Well, guys, we have to debut this to you now. Charly Reynolds is here debuting Rodeo on Maverick 100.9.
Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can find it streaming and downloading everywhere. And today's interview continues now.
You heard it here first on Maverick 100.9. That was Rodeo, Charly Reynolds. Charly is visiting us from Nashville, and but you are an independent artist, still paving your own way. You have to tell me what happened with CMA Fest in Nashville, because I heard nothing but rave reviews from you when you weren't actually even in the CMA group, correct?
Yes.
How does that happen?
It was crazy. I play at Miranda Lambert's Casa Rosa every Friday and Sunday, and it was wild downtown, and it actually was my first CMA Fest. Since I moved there 4 years ago, the first year, I didn't actually even really know what it really was or how, what was going on with it. So I missed it the first year, and then COVID, and then so this year, finally got to go and perform at Miranda's during it, which was just so cool because I love playing downtown because it's people from all over and you get to meet everybody and, hear where they're from and hear some of their stories and stuff and why, if they've been to Nashville before, if it's their first time. And for me, it's always fun being able to welcome people that have never been before. And so with CMA Fest, it was just 10 times the usual weekend crowd, and it was just really fun. And I had a lot of friends who were involved in actual CMA Fest activities, which was amazing to go and see them. And it was just a crazy weekend. We passed out a bunch of stuff about the single downtown, and it was great feedback from the song down there too, which I love playing it down there. I teach people the song so they can sing along to it, so they're not just staring at me when we play it, and they love to sing along, and it's just really fun. It was a great weekend for sure.
I will admit, for such a touristy town, I've only been to Nashville once, and down in that area, I've never felt more at home.
Yes.
And I was there with a big group of my Texas friends. So it was kind of a little bit of both worlds, and it felt so homey. And I've never seen a touristy place be that way.
Yeah.
Ever. It's only Nashville. And I think that that's really, really cool. But I know you guys were passing out stuff and you're getting all the details out about Rodeo, but you did see a huge jump in growth across all boards, right? Mm-hmm. That is neat as well. So I'm really excited that you've had the opportunity for everybody in America to kind of discover Charly Reynolds, but even more so, I'm super stoked that you are in Texas now.
Me too.
And I'm super excited to be your first interview in Texas, but I want to recap because I want to know everywhere you got to visit, what did you love about Texas what did you learn about Texas?
Yes. Well, and I've already learned that y'all all know each other. No matter what town you're in. I mean, I freaking love it. That is so amazing.
Everybody in Texas is connected.
Yes. I think that's so cool.
Well, I'm really excited for your career path down this independent road.
Yes.
Because the independent road is not a lonely one. I know the word independent sounds so lonely. It's really not.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad you're here meeting the people that will actually comfort you along the way and not just try to get you to sign on the dotted line.
Yes, 100%. Very important.
Well, tell me about the new music that's on the way. I know you still have more releases coming up after Rodeo.
I do, yes. So that song will be coming in about 2 months, I would say. Don't have an exact date yet, but it's called Tonight in Texas. And I am very excited about this song. It's another one of our favorites. And honestly, it was the one that was so hard to choose between Rodeo or that song, Tonight in Texas. And I am so excited for this one. I think you're going to really love it. I wanted a song. I had a title, Midnight in Texas, and we changed it to Tonight in Texas, and it just came out better than I could have imagined the song. So I am so excited about that one as well.
We're going to have to dig in with you again after that release, but I do want everybody to know that Charly Reynolds is going to be debuting a lot of music this year, so make sure you are following her. Charly Reynolds Music on all social media platforms. Go to charlyreynolds.com. Pick up Rodeo now. And Charly, thank you so much for making us your first stop in Texas.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.